Okay, I have all this junk. So what does this have to do, Pom Poms? Let's start with the very basics. Let me move some of the junk out of the way. And if you hear junk clattering to the floor, that means I have exceeded the space available on this little tiny tabletop here. This is one of my favorites for Pom Poms. This one is, now, here's the good part, guys. You get to eat yourself some Pringles. Woohoo! Now, they always have these at my Dollar Tree. And so you grab one of these. They fit in your to-go cup holder in your car. So, woohoo! And this is great for toddlers. So I just cut a little X in the top, and it's called Pom Pom Push. Now watch what they do. Oh my goodness, how fun is that for your little toddlers, right? Now you're thinking, great, that's great, Vanessa, but I teach pre-K or I teach kindergarten. Okay, so here's how you're gonna make that accessible to your older kids. So now you've got a bunch of pom-poms, right? And you have your kids, your older kids who are ready, roll a dice. Okay, now you might want to start with a smaller number of dots on your dice. So if you use a pocket cube, you can create the numbers that you want. So I might do the number 1, 2, and 3, those pips there. I might keep it like that, you know, so the only choices they have when they roll are 1, 2, and 3. So let's say we got a 1. So I would take a pom-pom and push it through. I would take one pom-pom and push it through the top of the Pringles can. And then they could take turns rolling, and because Pringles are yummy, you can eat a couple of cans. You can also use frosting containers, Cool Whip containers, coffee cans, anything that has a lid like this. So roll the dice, and now let's say somebody gets 2, and that child is going to push 2 pom-poms through the top of their, there we go. So what a fun game, what a fun game. So your toddlers will just have fun pushing the pom-poms through the little slot in the top of the Pringles can. And then for your older kids who are ready, they can roll a dice and they can push the pom-poms through the top of the can, whatever kind of can. Oh yes, Jennifer has a great idea too. Pipe cleaners are perfect for this too. So if you made holes in the top of whatever can you're using, you can cut pipe cleaners up and have the kids push those too. Hey, Elizabeth, I think our connection here is good, so you might want to check your connection. Remember, if you have any problems, refresh your browser. Let's see, I'm catching up on the comments. All right. All right, so that's the first one. That's my Pringles can or frosting can, or don't look at the back. That's where all the calories live. Look at the front where the pretty pictures are. Your Pringles can, your frosting container, Cool Whip container, whatever it is that you have that has a lid, a coffee can, and they can push those pom-poms through the top and roll the dice for the older kids. Poker chips would be great too. All right, so the next one I have is, oh, I think I must have left it somewhere. Well, I had a cute little, oh, there it is. Let me grab it. I see it. I don't know. I don't think I can reach it. Okay. Ice cube trays. All right. So I have one over there, but I can't reach it. It's a circle ice cube tray, and it's super fun too. But you can get these. Oh yes, Louisa, you could totally decorate the Pringles cans. I got these at the Dollar Tree, and this is another fun game. So your toddlers will love just putting one pom-pom in each slot in the ice cube tray, right? You can't see that one because it's blue. So they can just have fun doing that, right? So that's super easy. But for your older kids, and this is a game that I play all year long with different materials, again, using that dice, they can roll it and you can decide how many pips on the dice you want if you use a pocket cube. Egg cartons are great too if you're allowed to use them. A lot of programs don't allow their teachers to use egg cartons anymore, which is a shame, but that's the way the world turns. Yes, Jennifer says you can use tweezers for that too. So absolutely. So if you want something super easy and open-ended, just get some pom-poms. The toddlers can put them into the spots on the tray. But for your older kids, and the toddlers could do this too, they could take tweezers, tongs, ice cream scoop, whatever you have, and they could use that to then put the This one stuck to my finger to put the pom-poms into the different trays. And I actually have in one of my, here we go, I actually have these tweezers I got from the Dollar Tree, and they can pick up the pom-poms with the tweezers and they can put them in. So now you've got added fine motor. Debbie, some of the public programs like Head Start don't allow egg cartons because of salmonella. Jennifer says her kids are addicted to this game. That's great. It's a great thing to be addicted to, Jennifer. Hey, Cindy. All right. All right. Beads with small holes work too for that pom-pom push. All right. Yes, Leanne. Oh, and kids with allergies too. That's right, Donna. Okay. So this one is super easy. Now I also have those little ice cube trays that are circular, and they have a lot more they have a lot more holes in them than just this regular ice cube tray, and the holes are circular, so they're really fun for the kids to put one pom-pom in each of those holes. All right, so that's another one that's super fun. I play this all year long with my kids because they're constantly practicing their subitizing skills. For your kids who need it, they're subitizing, instantly recognizing how many without counting, one-to-one correspondence. So many of your basic math skills can be reinforced with games like this. So then I just change up the different things that we put in the ice cube slots. So we might put the teddy bear counters in here one week, Unifix cubes, whatever I have that will fit in those holes. Yes, Debbie, some schools are no peanut butter, and pretty soon we'll just wrap our kids in bubble wrap and send them to school. All right, the next one is, let me see. I have all of these activities scattered here and there across my desk. Okay, here we go. These are super fun, if you can see this. Now this is a magnetic cookie sheet, okay? And I'm doing this because I'm showing it to you on the screen tonight. No, I'm fine. Try to refresh your browser. I'm showing you this on a cookie sheet, but if you had like a oil drip pan from the Walmart auto section at Walmart, and you attached it to the wall, you could attach button magnets with hot glue to the back of the pom-poms, and now your kids can make really cool designs, pictures, patterns, things like that. Yes, absolutely. So these are just button magnets hot glued to the pom-poms. So this is a super fun activity. So now you don't just have loose pom-poms laying around that you're doing things with. Now you've got a whole magnetic activity as well. And then another thing you can do with your pom-pom magnets that's pretty fun, if you want to make it more academic. So if you need something for literacy, for example, you can give each child a sheet of paper with their first letter of their name on it. And now they can attach the button magnets. They can place them right on there to make the shape of their name. Hey, Cindy, I get the button magnets at Walmart. And if you watched my broadcast from... let's hope this isn't another fiasco like the other night. If you watched my broadcast from Daiso, they have button magnets there. That's a Japanese dollar store here. But Walmart is a great place to find these buttons as well. Okay, so let's see. So you could do something completely open-ended for your toddlers. You could have the button magnets and have them just placing them on the tray, making anything they want. And if you want to make it more academic, make a letter or a number, and they can attach those button magnets to that to make it more academic. Of course, somebody mentioned this already, but I love Let's get my pom-poms in here. There we go. I love to use pom-poms for patterning. I mean, it's very, 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 very intuitive, right? Often we give kids a bunch of things, and one of the things that they will do with those is pattern with them, right? So they can make simple patterns. You could even do patterning with the button magnets as well. That would be fun to do on a magnetic surface. So here they can make simple patterns. So the reason I decided to do this broadcast was because somebody recently asked on the Facebook page what you can do with these besides gluing them on paper. I said, oh no, don't glue them on paper. We have 8 million ideas for these. So that's why I came up with the idea for this broadcast. So another thing you can do with your pom-poms is sort by color. And one of the things, here it is, I absolutely love this. This is super fun. I had another one here and I don't know where it went, but you can have the kids sort, or you can invite them, I should say, to sort the pom-poms into the silicone muffin tins or muffin cups or cupcake liners, whatever you want to call them. You can have the kids sort the pom-poms into those by color. You could invite them to do that. And so I got the silicone muffin liners, muffin tin liners, whatever they're called. I found these at Target last year, and the Target dollar spot. They usually have these just about anywhere you go where they sell baking supplies. The dollar store will often have them. And I love them because they're virtually indestructible. If you're not familiar with them, they are silicone, which is like a rubber material. We use them a lot in the Play-Doh Center. So these are silicone muffin or cupcake liners, and they are awesome because the kids really can't destroy them. They come in packs of maybe a dozen or so. Tom will drop a link to some in the comments for you if you want to check them out. But I frequently find them at the dollar stores. They do make really big ones. These are the smaller ones, and I think the kids just think they're really cute because they're smaller. So you can sort them by color. You can sort them. You can also sort them by size. And I love pom-poms for this reason too. So check it out. We've got a large one, a medium one, and a small one. So you could have them sort them by size as well. So I love having pom-poms of all different sizes available for the kids to sort as well. So in addition to just color, they can sort them by size and then by type or by attribute. And one of the things that I like about pom-poms is that they have lots of really cool different kinds now. So they have these fuzzy pom-poms and the glitter pom-poms, and I couldn't find any in my stash tonight. But if you search on Amazon or at the craft store, you can find the glittery, sparkly ones. So they could actually sort by, just soft and fuzzy, or by the glittery kind, or there's spiky kinds. So they could sort by attribute as well as by color and shape. And we already talked about using tongs to pick up your, we talked about tweezers, I should say. We talked about these tweezers. I got these at the Dollar Tree. They have them quite frequently there. So that's where I found these, and they will have them there, I wouldn't say all year round, but quite frequently at the Dollar Tree you can find these tweezers for $1. And you can have the kids pick them up, and we showed this already. They can use the tweezers to pick up the pom-poms. Now, as you can see, the larger pom-poms, it's really easy to pick up. The medium, a little more difficult, and the small one is really hard because you have to squeeze harder. So you get 3 different strengths, hand strengths in there. You can see it's kind of challenging the smaller they get. So this is great for fine motor development because kids are squeezing and pinching these tweezers as they use them, and they are exercising the muscles right here in their hand, these pincher muscles here, these muscles in these 3 fingers that we use to write. So that will strengthen their hands so that they will be ready for writing. So these are great. And then you probably saw me have these. These are called, I think they're called handy scoopers, and Tom will drop a link to these in the comments for you. And these are really cool. They look like something you might use in the science center, and you certainly can do that. But I think they're great for a sensory table, and the big pom-poms fit in there really nicely. And so this is really great practice for those scissor skills as well. Kids have to open and close, open and close, open and close. Not as much force is needed for these as the tweezers, but the kids can love containing them inside of the little dome here. So these are called handy scoopers, and they're by Learning Resources. And the little ones are harder to pick up, but look at, they're super fun to watch in there. So these are handy scoopers from Learning Resources. These are awesome. And I already mentioned putting pom-poms in a sensory bin is super fun. So a sensory bin would just be a whole bunch of pom-poms in a great big tub, like a big dish tub, or a lot of times much bigger than that. Let's see if I can. Big tubs, like a Sterilite storage tub. And some of you that have a classroom, you'll have a industrial sensory bin in there. But if you can imagine this being a lot bigger, then you can put other things in the sensory tub along with the pom-poms, like your handy scoopers and your tweezers and your silicone muffin trays and some ice cream scoopers. And the kids they look a lot like ice cream, so they can make little ice cream sundaes and all kinds of fun stuff in a sensory bin. Now they do sell pom-poms in bulk, because I have bought enough for a sensory bin before. And so if you look hard enough on the internet, you will find bulk pom-poms. Now we have a link to some in the comments, but they're not enough for a whole sensory bin. So I have purchased them in larger quantities before, like they sell them by the pound. And I'm not sure where I found those, but I bought them by the pound one year. And this is the remnants of those that I bought for a sensory bin one year. And they lasted for many years. And these are the remnants of them. So these have been played with by kids for like, I don't know, 8 years or something. And they're still going strong. So having these in a sensory bin is a lot of fun. Okay. Oh, here's a good one. So I'm glad I poured these. Now my space is getting messy here, so I'm going to consolidate a few things. Okay. So this is, there you go. You can see both bowls. Now, because this camera is so close, if I was doing this with the kids, I would have these bowls be much further apart, but I'm showing this to you on the table. So I'm going to put them close together so you can see. And actually, I like to have it reversed. I like to have the pom-poms on the left and the empty bowl on the right. And so what you can do with this, for your little ones, you can just have them use a scooper and transfer them. So this would be like a pom-pom transfer, and they can just transfer them. It would be great if they could do just one, but the handy scooper, maybe not. They could use tweezers as well, and they could just transfer them. And when they're doing this, of course, they're getting fine motor practice, but they're also practicing left to right directionality, which is something that they will need when they learn how to write. So if we're constantly reinforcing that the left to right directionality, that will be helpful to them. So they can take the tweezers and they can transfer them, or the handy scoopers or whatever you have. Then for your older kids who are ready, this is something that I do that kids love. Again, we're using a die or a dice. And again, I would probably limit this depending on the ability levels of your kids. So I might use a pocket cube and use just the pips, 1, 2, and 3. So when they roll it, their only choices, the only options for rolling would be 1, 2, and 3. So let's say I rolled a 3. Now I'm going to take 1, 2, and 3 and transfer them from the bowl on the left to the bowl on the right. And if you separate these bowls far enough, they're also getting crossing the midline skills. And crossing the midline is when they cross that line, that imaginary line in the middle of your body, so that your brain gets, both sides of your brain working together in tandem. So super important for little kids. Lots of great skills that we're reinforcing with this activity. You can also use, and this is one that I love to use because it's cheap. You can find these at the dollar store. Clothespins work just as well. They're also exercising the pincher grasp right here. They're great for fine motor, and they really do work, except for this one, in helping kids pick them up. And you might want to use the smaller ones are more challenging. There we go. So anyway, obviously I transferred way more than 3, but super fun for kids. So that would be another transferring activity, but also a math, fine motor, crossing the midline. Okay, let's see what else. Let's put all these over here. Okay, I'm dealing with like a 12-inch by 12-inch space here, so I got to be really neat. All right, now here's another one that I'm going to show you, and this is super easy. Super, super easy to do. And let me take these off. Okay, so here we go. This is another cookie sheet. Can you see my cookie sheet there? This is a cookie sheet. Now, if I was doing this in the classroom with the kids, I would put this on a vertical surface. So on my oil drip pan, or I would attach the cookie sheet to the wall or back of a cabinet with industrial Velcro, whatever you want. But I would do it vertically because it's going to use a cardboard tube. Now, if you're in a school where you're not allowed to use toilet paper tubes, you can use a paper towel tube, I would hope. But if you can't use either of those, they do sell cardboard tubes at the craft store now. So if you glue magnets to the back of your cardboard tubes, so these are the same magnets I used on the Pom Poms before, you can then, let's pretend it's a vertical surface, you can send, where'd my Pom Poms go? There we go. Watch this. You can send a Pom Pom down the top. Oh, did you see that? And now they have like a little science activity, gravity. You can learn about gravity. It's super fun. So you see, if you put a bunch of these on a surface, put them together, let the kids angle them, it'll be a whole STEM activity because now they have to engineer it. They have to use all their skills. You've got science going on. Super fun. So super easy too in sheets. You got Pom Poms, cardboard tubes, a magnetic surface, and some magnetic, some magnet buttons hot glued on there. So I'm going to check the comments now. Oh, and Andrea, some schools don't allow you to use toilet paper tubes because they have germs, apparently. I don't know. I lived through it, but who knows? Oh, thanks, Louisa. Discount school supplies, she says. Can you do a live broadcast on just sensory bins? Sure, I put it on my list. But it would be a little hard to show all the different kinds because I would have to have like a bunch of different bins prepped in advance. Thanks, Astra. All right, white Pom Poms, small, medium, and large snowman. Yay, Debbie. Awesome. Chopsticks are great too, Henry, for advanced fine motor. Perfect. Absolutely. Ooh, Mary says they built catapults and launched assorted sized pom-poms, hypothesized and then measured the distance. Yay! Did you use popsicle sticks to make your catapults, Mary? Yes, using clothespins. Hey, Ashley, you can go back and watch this broadcast from the very beginning as soon as we're done. All right. Hey, Kim. Welcome, everybody. All right, so we're going to keep on with our ideas. Yay, Jennifer. All right, so the next one I have Oh, this is super fun. Okay. Again, a 12-inch by 12-inch space. Here we go. Okay, can you see my muffin tray there? Can you see that? This is a muffin tin or tray or whatever you want to call it. And this particular one here, this is a very small one. It only has 6 spaces on it, but that's okay. Because it still works the same way. So here's what you can do with this. Using your Pom Poms, you can just have one for this game, or you can let the kids pick their favorite color. And all they have to do is toss it and then tell you what letter it is that their pom-pom landed on. Now, of course, the possibilities for this are completely endless. You could draw a color in there, you could draw a shape, you could draw a number, whatever you want. So all they have to do is toss it, and it'll be a great learning opportunity to teach them about tossing, because when we say toss isn't always a word little kids know. They would think throw. And boy, if you throw this across the room, it's not going to land anywhere into here. So then they can toss it and then tell you what their pom-pom landed in, what letter is in there. Super easy. Oh, a cup holder for McDonald's. Great idea. Yay. And of course, if you wanted to, now these are disposable. These are just cardboard. I got them at my grocery store. Someone donated them to me several years ago, and they're cardboard, and I love them because cardboard equals quiet as opposed to your metal muffin tins. But if you need some metal ones and you need a place to find them, because these probably aren't available anymore, Dollar Tree has them. And also, I've bought the little, see how big these spaces are here? At the Dollar Tree, they have muffin tins with little tiny spaces. And they have a whole lot of holes in them for little tiny muffins. And then you have a lot more, it makes the game a lot harder when there's more spaces. So that's a super fun way to do it too. This one's a really easy one, okay? Yes. Oops, there we go. Awesome. So that's another one. So you could put numbers, letters, shapes in here, and they could tell you what it was their pom-pom landed in. So you could totally differentiate this for your kids. Hey, Drew, welcome. Nice to see you here. All right. So the next pom-pom idea is sticky pom-poms. Now, again, this is something I would do on a vertical surface. But because I don't know if you can see it or not, I'll put it down there. But because I am broadcasting this on my tabletop tonight so you can see it, I just did it on a cookie sheet. It certainly does not need to be magnetic. You could just do this on a wall or a window. But this is contact paper, and this is the sticky part facing out. So I taped it to my surface. So if you were doing this on a window or a wall, you would tape it to your surface. And you could totally do it on a poster board and then attach the poster board to the wall. And as you can see, as I lift it up, the pom-poms stick. So the kids could make little designs, patterns, pictures, spell their name, whatever they want, but they stick to the surface. So these, you could use pom-poms, and this is contact paper. You get the contact paper at Walmart in the aisle where they sell like the dish drainers and the dish tubs, the kitchen area, but the plastics aisle of the kitchen area. And you can find the contact paper there. They usually have a really large selection, and one of the choices there is clear contact paper. So you tape it to your surface with the sticky part facing out. So you just, can you hear that? So my finger is sticking to that each time. And so if you put this on a vertical surface, attach it, I just taped it down, and now the pom-poms will stick to that surface and the kids can make little pictures. So an easel, for example, if you have an easel in your classroom, this would be perfect. You can totally cover your easel on one side with the sticky contact paper with the contact paper facing out, and they could make little pictures, designs, decorations, their names, whatever, with the pom-poms on the sticky surface. So super fun. Okay, so the next one, oh, this is super fun too. Now, let me see. another cookie sheet here. And I only have this for a visual. It does not need to be a cookie sheet. But this is super fun. Kids love this one. Now, it does use a straw, and you can get straws at the dollar store. So you've got a straw, and you've got Pom Poms, and you've got a piece of tape or a line that you've drawn or something. And now what the kids can do is they blow on the pom-pom to see if they can get it to move. I'll see if I can do it, but I don't know. This is such a small space. Oh, I did it. Look at that. So they can blow it and see if they can get it in a straight line. Almost. It's kind of like bowling. You got to get that ball right down the alley. Now, this one is not perfectly round, so that doesn't help. But they love this. What fun is this? I'm having fun doing this. I might just sit here and do this while I broadcast live. So straws, pom-poms, and a straight line. Donna says, you've taken using pom-poms in the classroom to a whole new level of amazing. Thanks, Donna. I know, Louisa, don't ask the people at Walmart where anything is. I usually get this glazed look and they are like, what? Yeah, so don't even ask. Ask us over here. Ask us, what aisle is the contact paper in, pre-K teachers? And we will tell you. Have them make shapes with that idea. That's a great idea, Elizabeth. Wonderful. Yes, I once asked somebody at Walmart for duct tape and they didn't know what I was talking about, so never assume. Yes. Just go on Facebook and ask your friends. Your teacher friends will always know where everything is in Walmart. Okay. We already talked about the clothespins. Oh, there's another one. And I don't know if I have the materials I need to show it to you, but I'll try. Oh, let's use the Pringles can. Let me move this out of the way because it's ugly color. Let's use the Pringles can as an example for this one. So this was the Pom Pom push that we did earlier. So let's pretend now that this lid doesn't have a hole in it. Let's pretend it's a real lid. And all you have to do is select very few. So this is subitizing. This would be something you would do to teach subitizing very early in the year, or depending on what levels your kids are at. So pick a few pom-poms. So if you think that your kids, I usually like to start with 2 or 3. Most kids can figure out that this is 1. So for example, you would put 1 in here. You would pass it around the circle, have them shake it, take turns, open it up and spill it out, and ask them how many. Most kids will instantly say 1 when they see that. Most kids will do that, so I never just do 1. But I might put 2 in there, shake it up. Because of course, you know, there's going to be a different amount when you shake it up, right? And then spill it out. And now you can ask them how many. And some kids will have to do this, 1, 2, and that's okay because that's an opportunity for one-to-one correspondence. And some kids will understand that that's more than 1, so that must be 2, and they'll just shout out 2. Now you know that they can subitize to 2. So I would pass this around, have everyone have a turn, add another 1 in there, pass it around again, shake it up, and you can do this in a small group too. If you have a large class, it might take too long to go all the way around. Spill it out, and now you can ask them how many. And if you have kids who do 1, 2, 3, then you know they can't subitize 3 yet, but that's okay because they got one-to-one correspondence out of that. And other kids will say 3 right away. And you can ask them questions like, how many more is that than the one you just rolled before? You know, things like that. Ask them questions. So that is the pom-pom spill. Super, super, super easy. So let me catch up on the questions. Jennifer says they did the blowing on pom-poms for Sky Week to teach how the wind moves the clouds. Wonderful. That's a cute idea. Excellent, guys. Hey, thanks a lot for joining us tonight. There are pom-poms with holes for lacing? Ooh. Oh, Subitize, Julie. Subitize. I have a page over at Pre-K Pages, which is my blog. If you go to pre-kpages.com and type Subitize, Subitize, type that in the search box and you'll get a page there that explains what it is. It's basically instantly recognizing how many without counting. So, for example, when you roll a die or a dice, you and I know that when we roll a 2, we don't have to actually touch the pips on the dice in order to figure out what a 2 is, right? Or a 4. We just know. But little kids develop that skill. So subitizing is instantly recognizing how many without counting. Okay, guys, I am going to, let's see, flip it around. There we go. All right, I'm coming back now. So I shared a bunch of ideas for using Pom Poms in the classroom tonight. And if you didn't see the whole thing or you just joined us, you can watch it again from the beginning as soon as we're done broadcasting live tonight. So I want to thank you all for stopping by. I hope that you got some ideas that you can use with your kids, whether you're at home or in the classroom, to make learning fun and hands-on. So we talked about how to use Pom Poms a lot of different ways. So I do want to remind you that this is a regularly scheduled broadcast every Monday and Wednesday, 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern. And this Wednesday, I wanted to let you know about a very special episode we're going to have. I am giving you a sneak peek guided tour of the Teaching Tribe. And that's because in a few days, the Teaching Tribe is going to go underground because we opened our doors just a few months ago, but we already have more than 400 members who've joined our community. Everybody from brand new pre-K teachers to seasoned veterans. Our community is absolutely booming, but I have to give everything I've got to our current Teaching Tribe members. So we're going to go underground for a few months. I don't know how many months exactly, but until I can get everybody there all on the same page. So we already have more than 17 hours of video training available inside the Teaching Tribe on very hot topics in early childhood like classroom management, classroom organization, literacy, emergent literacy, emergent writing. We're having our next webinar over in the tribe this Thursday on fine motor skills. So they're all ready and waiting for you to watch right now. We're adding new ones every month. We have 2 trainings every month over there. Each comes with a 1-hour certificate of attendance. We also have 400 printable resources for you. That the total value is worth $722, but as a member you get access to them 24/7 at your fingertips. The entire Pre-K Pages store is available for you with your membership. I like to call it a printable paradise. And we have a forum where teachers just like you, it's a safe haven for asking and answering questions. Teachers just like you can go and have your burning teacher questions answered in a safe place because you're not alone. The Teaching Tribe is always there for you. So it's an incredible value. You get access to everything inside the vault for 1 monthly fee. Tom will drop links for you in the comments, but very soon it's closing. So I wanted to give you a sneak peek on the inside so you can see what all this stuff is I'm talking about, right? So I'm going to screen share with you this Wednesday night, 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern, so you can see the whole thing on your screen. And then on Saturday, it will close to new members. So all current members, of course, will still be there. Don't worry. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Elizabeth. Thank you, Wanda. Sabu, Tom will drop a link for you in the comments to the Teaching Tribe. Thank you, Anne. I'm so glad that you enjoyed these ideas. Louisa's going to have an ice cream parlor theme and dramatic play utilizing the large pom-poms and scoops. That's wonderful, Louisa. I have a ice cream dramatic play kit too over at Pre-K Pages you might want to check out. Hey, Linda. Thank you so much. I'm glad you like the ideas. Hey, Cindy. Hey, Andrea, you're very welcome. Thank you, Jennifer. Jennifer's one of our trail guides over in the Teaching Tribe. Wonderful. Oh, you're very welcome, Donna. I thoroughly enjoy sharing these ideas with you. Thanks, Rochelle. Okay, guys, so make sure that if you know anybody who might benefit from these pom-pom activities, these fun pom-pom activities, make sure to like and share this broadcast or tag them in the comments so they can benefit as well. And I will see you Wednesday night right here for that guided tour of the Teaching Tribe. Thank you so much, Astra. Thank you. She's also a member of the Teaching Tribe. Welcome. Oh, wonderful. Thanks, guys. See you Wednesday night right here. Bye.